What's up guys, and welcome back to episode number 5 of the Arsenal career mode. I'll give you a brief catch up with what happened in the last episode. As you can see, in the first game of the season we beat Burnley 3-0, as we also beat Liverpool 2-1 in the Community Shield, and as you can see there, Chelsea at home is the next game that we've got. Obviously we literally just played Chelsea in real life and beat them 3-1, a well deserved win. We needed that to get back on track. So hopefully we can do the same here today. We do, however, as you can see, Kolasinac and Callum Chambers have now sold. I believe we have some offers for Mesut Ozil coming in and one for Lacazette as well. So hopefully we'll be able to get some money through. So it's Napoli and Villarreal that want Mesut Ozil, and it's Lazio that want Lacazette. Now I believe they're offering a player as well. And the player that they're offering is a 77 rated CDM. It's just definitely not anyone that we want, so we'll just reject that. Now let's see if we can get one of these deals to Mesut Ozil to go through. No, we seem to be having issues with Ozil. He doesn't seem to want to leave, which is kind of how he's acting in real life. So let's just see if we can get 20 mil. Napoli do have some players that I would be interested in, but I mean, we just need to get the cash. They're offering 19.8. I believe we accepted that same amount from Benfica, but since Napoli are a bit more well off, I think we'll try and get a little bit more. And they're asking for 20.2, and we'll just go ahead and accept that. We'll see if that one goes through, and if it doesn't, then we'll negotiate the Villarreal deal. I believe we will be able to get rid of Ozil. And if that does go through, I believe that we'll have around 50 million to bring in another defender, or the Vinicius Junior deal. But I can't see that happening before the Chelsea game, so it looks like that we're just going to go into the Chelsea game with the team that we've got. There is another offer for Lacazette and an offer for David Luiz. Sevilla want Lacazette, and I wouldn't mind letting him go so that we can improve our attacking options. So as this loads in, let's see. So they're offering 28.1. Let's see if they'll come up to around 34. They're offering the same. It doesn't look like they're going to budge much, if they're going to budge at all. So let's go to 32. They're not budging at all on any of this. So the last one that I'll give them, will they give us 30 mil? If not, then not accepting it, and for some reason they just stormed out the office, so that deal won't be going through anyway. And David Luiz for Lille. Now we do need to buy a centre back. Is letting David Luiz go the right deal? Possibly not, as we're weak enough in that position already. So I think we'll just leave that one for now until we can bring someone in. But I think that this is this starting 11 that we'll be going into the Chelsea game with. Everyone's fully fit. So as we go along here, let's see how we get on. I mean, I'd happily take a 3-1 win like we did in real life. But they've definitely got a very strong team out. Pulisic, Werner, Ziyech, Jorginho, Kovacic, Kante. Looks like they'll be lining up in a 4-3-3. Obviously we're in the 4-3-3 as well, but we're in the attacking variant.
And so the match is underway.
So as the game goes along here, we obviously take scent. If we could get a nice early goal to build on, that is what we're after.
Joao Felix. Arsenal pushing forward with options available. Thomas.
6 minutes in, Chelsea haven't touched the ball. It's a good start, passing it around. But this Chelsea team is very good on the counter, with Werner with a lot of pace, Pulisic with a lot of pace, and Ziyech who has very good passing. Quite surprising that they're not playing Havertz. Obviously Havertz is about a 70 mil signing that they've got in real life, and I'm surprised that they're not starting him today.
Arsenal have given it away. Kovacic.
As Chelsea come on their first attack of the game.
Just as well from the
And then no
defensive point of
clears.
view that he was able to make that interception.
Pepe unable to get to it.
Jorginho, and snuffing out the danger.
Can we counter them after they were just attacking us?
David Luiz.
I'm kind of considering that David Luiz deal. Maybe we'll be able to bring in Kimpembe or De Vrij just to get someone who's a little bit younger that will at least be here for a few seasons. That's a good play, and there it is, João Felix with his first Premier League goal of the season. What more could we ask for 30 minutes in? Now if we can stay on top, hopefully get another one before half time. As long as we don't concede, then I'll be more than happy with this first half performance. Here we go through. Oh, João Felix should have got that back to Aubameyang. That would have been perfect. Aubameyang having to track back. He's found another pass. Oh, and João Felix on there, but Aubameyang's got it again. This could be a chance. Oh, and it's just gone wide. Who was that? Dani Ceballos, number 8.
Well, if you can't block the shot, put the forward off, and that's exactly what happened there, but it's just off target.
It is now with Jorginho. He made it look simple, really.
And there it is, half time, and we're 1-0 up, so we'll just resume that straight in. Chelsea haven't had a shot. We're dominating them in the possession. Definitely out formation in them. But we all know that a 1-goal lead is such a scary result that it could easily change. I mean, we got lucky in real life. If they'd have scored that penalty, it would not have surprised me if we'd have drawn that game 3-3. Even though it was in the 90th minute, and there's another chance for João Felix to get a double, but he's just missed.
Well, it's all about timing. You've got to wait for the ball to come down, and he's very, very unlucky.
This is the type of game that we probably are likely to drop points on, just because they'll probably score their one attack. Oh, but there it is. It was blocked. If we can get 30 mil for Lacazette, and obviously the 20 mil for Ozil coming in, that would leave us with around 80 million. That probably would be enough to maybe bring in De Vrij and Vinicius Jr. Vinicius Jr. will probably cost about 50 mil, and if we probably pick up De Vrij for about 30 or 40, maybe we'll have to swap a player as well. But I think that is something that we'll definitely look at after this game.
Moving the ball nicely, looking for that final pass. That's a foul, and
they've got a free kick on the edge of the box. Marcus Alonso. It almost looks like it's in the box, it's that close. Oh, and he scored the free kick, what a surprise. I knew that they'll score the one chance that they get, so let's just go attacking, let's see if we can get it. A draw against Chelsea isn't a terrible result, but when you're leading for the majority of the game, dominating, and then they score a free kick, it's not the ending that we were after. And obviously Chelsea are going to be pumped up now. They're obviously going to go for the win. There's a chance now. Can Pepe finish it? He hasn't, but he's given away a penalty. Now Pepe will be stepping up in the 80th minute to give us the win if this goes in, and he's missed it. Pepe has missed the penalty. I believe Kepa has saved it, if it is Kepa that they've got in goal. It is Kepa that they've got in goal. I don't see why Aubameyang isn't stepping up for that. We'll have to change that. Maybe because Pepe won it, he thought that he's got the chance, but when it's just cost your team a vital extra 2 points against definitely a title rival, it's just going to make the season a whole lot harder now, especially if they go along here. They could get a winner in the 90th minute. I'm sure they've just got one attack in them, or they're going backwards, so the rest should blow the whistle. And there it is, a 1-1 draw to Chelsea. That could easily have been a win. You just seen there that City again won 3-0. The second game of the season, a draw to Chelsea is not terrible. Now let's see if any of these deals have gone through. Do we have another offer for Lacazette? And we do. RB Leipzig offering 33 million. Now that is definitely a deal that we don't want to fall apart. Obviously we just said no to Sevilla for 30 million. They walked out our office. So this, if we could get 35 here, I know it's pushing it a bit, but they obviously definitely want to strike. Obviously just selling Timo Werner this season. Maybe they see that Lacazette is the one to change it, and there it is, 35 million bought Lacazette. Now, if we do allow this deal for Ozil and that deal for Lacazette to go through, then we're definitely in a good spot with quite a bit of money. Now we'll advance along. See Leicester winning their other game. Not too sure they had. Spurs have won both their games this season. Liverpool won both their games this season, and City have also dropped their points. Now, as we simulate on, have any of these deals sold? We need Lacazette is now sold, and I'm guessing Ozil has as well, because we now have 80 million that we can go complete some signings. And there we have it. Ozil sold. We've got 16 million from that deal. And Lacazette, we've got 30 million from that deal, so now we have 80 million to work with. Since the David Luiz deal is still on the table, I mean, Vinicius Jr. is more of a luxury buy. I believe they still aren't giving him chance on loan, they won't. Quincy Promes, can we get him on loan? No, maybe at the end of the window we'll have a look at maybe getting in some transfers on loan. And how much they want? So they want 47 to 68 for Kimpembe, or they want 43 to 61 for De Vrij. Now, let's go into this. There is also Romagnoli for AC Milan, which would also be a very good deal. Now, I'm just going to go straight in and offer 40 million, and hopefully they don't come back asking for too much. 54. That is a bit much for us, so let's go back in with 44. Obviously we do kind of need to now replace Lacazette. I'm not too sure if they'll take any of our players. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do have 5 defenders, so letting David Luiz go isn't actually a terrible idea. So let's see if we can offer 40 million plus David Luiz, as obviously we've got a £9 million offer, and they want 41 plus David Luiz. Now that is a £50 million deal. We've obviously got the £9 million offer for David Luiz on the table, so let's just round it down to a 41 if they accept that. I'd say that's a very good deal. Just getting in David Luiz for 33, getting De Vrij, who's 28, for 41 million. That would leave us with obviously about 40 million to now bring in another attacker. I think Vinicius Jr. is a bit out of our price range, but if we can find like a hidden gem, we'll offer him important, but obviously he's going to be crucial, so he'll probably want crucial. 3 years, I'm happy with that, but let's see if we can get 4. And they're happy with that. We don't want a release clause, if he's too old, I doubt anyone would be paying it anyway. Now they want 96k, he's after a pay cut. Let's remove the bonus, submit that, see if he accepts it, and he does. Now we have a brand new centre back. So we actually have a brand new centre back partnership between David Alaba and De Vrij, as you can see there. I mean, that is a lot better than what we started the season with. Obviously with Gabriel to come back in, he's a little bit younger, we can train Gabriel, maybe he'll look to break into the first team now next season. Obviously he's out for 2 months, so he's not going to get that much game time this season now. Ingest in Romagnoli, too much, we don't need him anymore. But as we come up to the Crystal Palace game here, we'll see if we get any more transfer offers in. Transfer for Tierney, that is definitely a deal that is just never going to happen. 23 years old and he's got so much potential. Mari on loan, he's obviously our backup centre back, so we're not going to allow that to happen. So as we go, we've got Crystal Palace here. There is one player that they got actually that I wouldn't mind seeing what his price tag is. Wilfried Zaha was obviously previously linked with Arsenal in the past, and he does seem there, he does look like he could be very cheap, and if we could convert him back to a left wing, have an Ivorian either side of Aubameyang, that could be a very good deal for us. Now let's have a look at what they're asking for. They'll be after 38 to 52. Would they allow us on loan? No, obviously not, I don't think they would. But let's go in with this. If we could convert him to a wide player, I mean, he's definitely a bit of a skillful player. We've got 38 million. Do we have any wingers that we wouldn't mind getting? I mean, I wouldn't mind getting rid of Willian, but he's our backup. Reece Nelson's our backup. So as you can see there, we don't have many wide players. So this is why we need Wilfried Zaha, and it doesn't look like we've got anyone there. So I'm just going to go straight in here with a £40 million bid and just see what they say. They want 52. Now that's not out of our price range, but obviously if we can bring that down just a little bit, 44 million. If we can get this deal done just before we play Palace, and they want 46, so let's just be stingy. Let's just go straight for in the middle. Can we make both sides happy? 45 million for Zaha, and I believe that is a bargain of a player. Obviously we're going for the now. He's very skillful. He's pretty much like Pepe, but on the other side, if we can convert into a left wing, front three of Pepe, Zaha and Aubameyang could definitely do damage and will definitely get us back into the Champions League. Now we'll offer him a 5-year deal. He's happy with that. He wants a release clause. I'm going to see if he'll ignore the release clause, as we don't want one, and exactly that. And now, I mean, we'll offer him 90k, a little bit of a pay rise, no bonuses. He wants a 500 grand final bonus, and there we have it. We now have our left wing. Hopefully it does not take too long to convert him over to a left wing. It all depends on obviously his form, but I believe he can play left mid, so hopefully it doesn't take too long to convert him to a left wing. If I have to convert him to a left mid just so that he's a little bit closer first. So left mid is 4 weeks and left wing is 2 weeks, so even better. We've just got ourselves a brand new left wing. And as we now play Palace, we've just bought their best player. So let's go ahead, chuck him into our starting lineup. Martinelli has had a good start to the season, so we will drop Balogun. And here we are. Now let's get into this Crystal Palace game. I believe we're away, as we are. Let's see how it goes. We've just stole their best player. We've just chucked him out in the wing. I've returned to Selhurst Park. A win for him and a goal. I mean, what more could you ask for on your debut, scoring against your former team literally hours after you've moved? Now let's see how it goes. We're definitely building a very good squad here. The defence looks a lot more solid. The only position now is that Dani Ceballos, but I think he's got a couple of goals and a couple of assists already this season, so maybe we do just keep him. I'm also thinking about bringing back Lucas Torreira and Guendouzi just to bulk up the options that we've got in the midfield. But let's see how we do away now to Crystal Palace. Oh, that's a great save there by Leno.
A deft clearance. I must admit, I thought he was going to score with that header.
Yeah, it was a quality
Okay,
cross.
7 minutes
Gets
in,
up
Leno
well,
with a goal
but
kick.
it's just wide.
Aubameyang down to João Felix. João Felix out to Pepe.
On the ball,
A couple
Joao
quick little
Felix.
1-2s there.
Aubameyang, and here's Joao
Now
Felix.
Pepe out on the wide.
Now,
Can
will
they
be
get
able
this
to play
ball
it
in?
behind
Bellerin.
defence? Really good reading of the
We
game to
lose
win
the ball.
possession back.
Now after dropping points against Chelsea, this is definitely a must-win game. We can't be dropping too many points away to the smaller teams. But I mean, away, as long as our home form is a lot better, then the away form is allowed to slip up a little bit. Obviously, we don't want that to be too often. Here's the Bios. He's just missed the pass to Aubameyang. But as we push on here,
It's with Milivojevic.
I don't think anyone. I think Palace had a shot. I don't believe we've had a shot yet.
Getting the ball
And
forward.
there it is, we're correct. But now we have a chance.
Ceballos, and this time it's in.
Ah, but it's offside. I believe that was Zaha as well. What number have they given him? I know that was Aubameyang. They're giving Zaha number 9, but that was Aubameyang who just scored from the offside position. Hopefully we can build on that. We're coming up to half time here, 35 minutes in.
And Brooks in possession. He has time to play it over. Couldn't keep the ball.
I mean, 5 points from your first 3 games is not terrible, but considering that the only team that you should be dropping points to, if you are going on there, we have a chance. Oh, and they've just hit the post. I think that was Thomas Partey. Can we score a header? No. Back out to Thomas Partey. Here's Zaha. Here's Aubameyang, and we just lost it, and that's got to be half time. We came alive there in the last 5 minutes. Didn't get a goal. Did have that goal disallowed. Hopefully we can build on it in the second half. Here comes Pepe. Can he find Aubameyang or can he go alone? Here's Aubameyang, and he's just missed out. Some great defending here by Palace, and I'm sure they'll be happy with a draw against us on the 3rd game of the season. Sure they'll be wanting to get one over on Zaha for leaving.
Thomas. Aubameyang.
And there's another chance. And João Felix was offside yet again.
Oh, not a great touch. And they've lost possession. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Aubameyang.
Here he is, Aubameyang, and another great save. The goalkeeper is both on form this game.
And 30 minutes left
With only 30 minutes left, I feel like this could be first. Whoever scores first could be going away with the 3 points.
Top class defending.
Come on, play it down there to Zaha. Zaha now. Oh, Zaha probably a bit nervous on his debut. And there's some great defending by us. As long as we can keep the clean sheet, I won't be too disappointed with a draw. But if we can come along and get a win, here it is. Is he going to shoot? Play Zaha in. Oh, and Zaha just missed out. 15 minutes left. We're going to go attacking, see if we can get this goal. And there it is, 1-0, just what we needed. João Felix, 2nd goal of the season, scores in back-to-back games. He is definitely, for 100 million, he is looking like he could be the bargain of the season.
Thomas.
As we come along here, can we get a second? It's more for goal difference, as long as we can get the result. Happy with a 1-0 win away at Selhurst Park. Do we have another chance in us? But no, Palace do look to be countering us. Oh, and there it is, Tierney. Great bit of defending. Zaha on the ball again. And Pepe's in. Can he finish the game up? Oh, and he just missed. But the game should be over. The ref should be calling the whistle. And that is it. Game over. João Felix, another man of the match performance. Zaha didn't do too badly on his debut. Obviously, he is technically out of position. We've got to convert him from a centre forward to a left wing. That now leaves us 4th. Obviously, we'll take that at the end of the season as it's going. But since we've built such a good squad, maybe we do want to push up into the top 2. Definitely top 3. I mean, maybe we can go all the way and win the Premier League in our first season. But we're more focusing on getting to the Champions League, because obviously we want to win that sooner rather than later, and be playing constantly in that. Obviously we can get into it just by winning Europa League, which I would fully expect to do. And that was the offer that we've already had there. So I think that is it for today's episode. We obviously made 2 major signings. De Vries has came in for, I think it was 41 million plus David Luiz, and then Louis Zaha, who's came in for 45 million. And I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll speak to you guys soon.